Hey, how's it going, YouTube and gamers? I just kind of wanted to make this video on showing you how to replace a dead battery in a Game Boy Advance cartridge. And as you can see, I have my beat up copy of Pokemon Ruby, which has a dry battery, so I'm going to replace that. So the first thing you're going to need is a soldering iron. Here I have one from Weller. The next thing you will need is some replacement batteries that are CR1616 for the Game Boy Advanced and other Game Boys. And you will need a tri-tip bit for a screwdriver. I did buy this set from Walmart. It was a little under $10 and it's very useful. Next, you are going to need some flux paste. Along with the paste, you will also need some desoldering copper braid. Here I also have some solder that we're going to use on the board after we get rid of the old solder. And lastly, we'll have some Q-tips and some isopropyl alcohol to clean up afterwards. Also, be careful with the screw so you don't lose it. After you're done with that, the top slides down really easily and it comes off. The board also comes out really easily, and there is our dry battery. And these are the two joints that we are going to desolder. Here we're going to add a little bit of flux paste to make the desoldering a little easier. Next thing, when your iron is hot enough, you're going to grab your copper braid and use the heat to take the old solder off of there. This was my first time doing this, so you can definitely see me struggling a little bit. But you can see the old solder transferring onto the copper braid. And I'm just saying, if a Neanderthal like me can do this, you can definitely do it. Here I'm showing the process on the other side, which is exactly the same thing. Next, you want to take a flathead and pry it off very gently. On this side, it wasn't off completely, so I had to take the iron to apply a little more heat and take it off that way. Here I'm taking some more braid just to get any of the residual solder off of the pads. And this is kind of what it should look like. This was the best I could do. And here you want to take a Q-tip with some alcohol and clean off the pads for any residue that could be left. Next, we're going to line up the negative side and the positive side. You should be able to see both on the board. And here I bent the prongs on each side of the battery so they would fit on the pads correctly. And next I'm going to add a little more flux paste to each pad so we can start on our solder. And here I'm taking a little bit of solder onto the iron and transferring it onto the pad. And here I'm going through a little trial and error trying to get it lined up on the pad. I realize I'm not perfect at this, so please leave some tips in the comments. And this is the finished result. Next, take the Q-tip and the alcohol and clean everything up. Now it's time to put it all back together. Now it's time to try it out, and the dry battery message should go away when you start it up. Now, I don't know if that fully fixes the game or not. I keep seeing stuff about people saying that the in-time clock has to go to the year when the battery stopped working. So, and I got this game secondhand, so I don't know when that is. So, I'm just gonna plan on restarting it and just take it from there. If you found this video helpful, thank you for watching. Hope to have more videos up in the future.